And welcome to the podcast, guys, with Rob and Nando. Today, we have some special guests. Before we introduce them and have them introduce themselves, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, the podcast guys. We are on Rumble, Instagram, TikTok, the podcast guys _, Facebook and Spotify also, the podcast guys, and the podcast guys 5 on X. So let's go ahead and introduce our wonderful guests. First, we have Yasmin coming back. Welcome back for the second time.
Welcome back.
Thank you guys for having me again.
Yeah.
So excited to be here.
Female dating coach. So why don't you go ahead, ladies first, introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Hi guys. Thank you again for having me back. My name is Yasmin Elzomor, and I do a lot of different things, but my main passion is helping people in their relationships, stepping into their power, getting to know themselves more. And my journey started after I had a spontaneous spiritual awakening when I was 21. And from there, I was also in an unhealthy romantic relationship. And that kind of forced me to look at myself and take accountability.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you. We know, you've dealt with a lot, and we appreciate you coming back on the show. And we'll also go ahead and welcome... There's really no need for introduction, but we'll welcome the five-time guest coming back for the 5th time, Czar of Dating, men's expert dating coach.
Has it been 5 times?
It's 5 times.
I think so. Yeah.
Welcome back for the 5th time.
Thank you so much, guys. And I'm glad to be here with the beautiful Yasmin, the beautiful feminine woman, and you guys, of course. We're going to have a great podcast tonight, giving guys a lot of game with a female perspective and someone that actually knows what the fuck she's talking about compared to all the other lames out there, including some women who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. So, with that being said, we are happy to have you, Yasmin.
Thank you so much, Zara. That was beautiful.
What a great intro.
And she doesn't have an OnlyFans that she's going to plug into this podcast for. So for all you losers out there who were hoping that you could touch your little inky winky to Yasmin and her naked content, we hate to disappoint you, but you guys can leave this podcast right now. You don't have to watch.
How dare you?
No reason to watch. But for the guys that actually want to learn some real game and how to get vagina, basically, this is the place for you. How to get beautiful women, and we're going to discuss all that.
Welcome to Zara and Yasmin. Thanks for being on. We're going to have a great show tonight. And why don't you go ahead and kick us off with the first question,
Yeah,
Rob?
I'm pumped to get started. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think this is going to be a great episode.
Rob was ready to go.
We're ready to go.
He was ready to go like 20 minutes ago, but we're
First
ready now.
question, first topic of the evening. So what are some of the biggest mistakes men make with dating nowadays? Right out the gate.
Trying to impress women.
Yeah.
You still have these goofballs, these dorks that go out on dates, idealizing a relationship with these women, pedestalizing them, acting like they're God's gift to this world, viewing women as the prize, which is not the way you guys want to go about it, especially going out on the first date with a woman. So most guys will buy the flowers. Any guy that's still buying a woman flowers the first date. I don't know what planet you've been living on, but I hate to burst your bubble. I hate to break the news to you. That shit doesn't work. And it's never fucking worked. But you could do what you want to. They show up with gifts again. Once again, I don't know where you've been living. That shit don't work. They try to impress a girl with their nice car, picking them up in the nicest car they have, seeking their approval, seeking their validation. So when guys impress women, they go out on these first dates. Essentially what you're telling the woman, this is what the woman interprets. This is how you come off to the woman when you try impressing her with fancy dinners, fancy gifts, flowers, opening the car door. So what a woman thinks automatically when you start behaving like a beta male barnacle, like most of you guys do, she tells herself, damn, this dude knows I'm not going to like him for who he is, for his personality, his characteristics, his other traits. So he thinks I'm going to like him because of what he has or the materialistic things he's trying to impress me with, which is, number one, it's a sneaky way of portraying yourself on that first date. It's very, how can I put this? It's very deceitful, because if you're trying to impress women with all these fancy gifts, and especially a first dinner date, it's a red flag in her mind, because you want a woman who's going to like you for who you are, not because of what you have or what you're trying to impress her with. Automatically, what happens is you put the woman's value above yours by impressing her and pedestalizing her. And what do we all know about women? Women do not fuck or date their equals. If you're lower in value than her or you're equal in value than her, they do not want to date you. You don't give them that burning desire. You always have to go into it with the attitude that you are the prize. She's there to impress you. And it goes back since the dawn of time. And I know women are going to get upset with me saying that, oh, but we're equal value. We're equal value. I understand what you're saying. But it's very repulsive when you view a woman as the prize. They don't want a guy to view themselves as the prize. They want to view you as the prize. Her man, her king. Think about it back in the day, the evolutionary days with the alphas. If the alpha looked up to a woman as the prize, she wouldn't find him attractive. That's why the alphas were so sought after. These women viewed them as the prize. Their value was above theirs. The beta male berry pickers that were left behind while the alphas were conquering land, conquering new women, doing alpha shit, the beta male berry pickers, they were the ones trying to impress women because they knew it was a lack of compensation. They were trying to compensate for something. Oh, I know she's not going to like me for who I am, so let me give her all this food, or let me give her this gift I made her, or it's a sneaky way of trying to get a girl to like you, and they know what you're doing. And that's why women hate nice guys. It's exactly why women hate nice guys. But the guy that goes in there with the attitude of, this girl has to impress me. Am I going to like this girl? Not I hope this girl likes me. A lot of guys go into that attitude, I hope this girl likes me. I hope I don't fuck up. So you guys have to keep that in the back of your mind. And another thing guys do, biggest mistake guys make, is giving out boyfriend vibes. We've talked about this before.
Yep.
Where guys will make themselves appear like they're the perfect husband material, perfect boyfriend material. Opening the car door for a girl, even if she tells you to. Holding her purse for her, even if she tells you to. Pulling out her chair, putting her, as she sits down, you take her handkerchief, you put it on her lap. Dumb shit like that. Especially if you take her out on a dinner date. That's giving out boyfriend vibes the first date because she hasn't earned that dinner date. So guys go in there thinking that they need to be the perfect gentleman. This girl has to see that I'm boyfriend material. But it's counterintuitive. Because what happens is she starts matching your boyfriend vibes with her girlfriend vibes now. She makes herself appear like the most angelic woman in the world. And what does that lead to? Her making you wait for the la gata, the chocha, the vajuju. That's what happens, guys. And it's your fault because you started it. But she will match you with those boyfriend vibes. She's going to give you girlfriend vibes now. Oh, no, I'm not that type of girl. No, it's too soon. No, we have to go out on a couple more dates. That's what it leads to. Okay? And another thing guys do, they don't shut the fuck up when they're out on dates. Women are always looking for ways to disqualify you, especially if you have a big fucking mouth. Shut up, listen to what the woman has to say, and don't talk as much. Guys want to go on the date making themselves appear like they're the most interesting man in the world. But it's so much better to make the woman feel like she's the most interesting woman in the world that you've ever met. You remain a mystery. Stop revealing all the details to her, where you grew up, when your birthday is, how little your wiener is, what kind of bed sheets you have, what pajamas you wear at night. Ask her questions, subtle questions. When she answers them and she asks you a question, keep it vague, give her an answer, but then back to her.
Yeah. Ask her what pajamas she wears at night.
Yeah, nice.
Then.
Very
Yes.
well said.
Yes.
Right?
Ask her anything bold.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, what pajamas do you wear at night? Oh, that's really cool. You know, do you have any pets? Oh, why do you like cats more than dogs? But the whole point is you're making her talk. So those are some of the biggest mistakes that men make, especially viewing the woman as the prize, and they start idealizing a relationship with the woman they don't even know. But guys will always ask me, what should I wear the first date? Who gives a fuck? She's there to impress you. Where should I take a girl out on the first date? Who gives a fuck? She's there to impress you.
100%.
That's great.
How about you, Jasmine?
Yeah.
You think that there are men out there that they try to impress you, they try to give you boyfriend vibes, and you're like, let's halt this for a second, and I'm not that
Yeah.
far yet. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, because it's inauthentic. There's that, what Czar said, there's that energy of like, you're pushing too fast, you know, too soon. It's like, we're not there yet. You don't know me. You know nothing about me. You know, you just like, you want to be validated. And as, you know, it's not attractive. To women, it's not attractive. Like, you want to feel, thank you. Appreciate it.
Gentlemen.
I know. See what I mean?
I just want to hear that beautiful, sexy, elegant voice of hers. That angelic voice. As you were saying, Yasmin, what pajamas do you wear? I'm curious now.
The sexy ones. Anyways, so women, they want a man who knows himself, who feels confident in who he is and his energy and what he brings to the table in that sense. Not with like the things that he has, his resources, his money. Personally, I can care less about that. For me, it's confidence. You know, it's how a man presents himself. So that's huge, you know, and women don't want the inauthentic man that's trying to buy their affection.
What's hard described is like your stereotypical nice guy, people pleaser type
Yeah.
of person. We were having a conversation earlier about how guys think that by like the typical Captain Save-A-Ho, by trying to do a favor or doing things, nice things for a woman, that you're somehow getting her foot in through the door, and that doesn't work. Women know what you're trying to do. They're not stupid. They know you're interested in sleeping with them, and it's not the right approach. The nice guy approach it doesn't work.
Yeah, when men are out there trying to overly impress women, they're trying to really buy them, if you want to call it that. And women don't want to be bought. That's not smart if guys go that route. Go a different route, right? Be smart and charm them with your confidence.
Yes.
Be a little bit
Your
assertive.
humor, you know, your confidence, like just be yourself. That's what women want in the end. You know, it's like a man that knows how to show up as himself.
Right. And somebody maybe that can be funny, crack a joke.
Right.
I'll tell you what I do. Usually on the first day if she gets in my car or if I get in her car. This is the first time I'm seeing her. So she gets in my car. She closes the door. Instantly, I'll start coughing. God damn, how much perfume did you put on? Like instantly, right? Because another guy would overcompliment them or give him some fucking cheesy gay compliment. But me, right off the gate, I start laughing, teasing her a little bit. Like, God damn, how much perfume did you put on? Now they think, oh my God, is it too much? Do you not like it? Like they're seeking your approval. So that's a little subtle move you guys can do, but I do it in a cocky and funny way. I'm not doing it to hurt the girl's feeling. It's how you do it.
Yeah.
Being sarcastic.
You kind of inadvertently turn it back to where you have the playing field in your advantage. And that's great because a lot of guys go into it and they give themselves a disadvantage by all the nonsense they do. Oh, let me buy you dinner. Let me buy you this. Let me show you how much I have. When women see that, they get turned off quicker.
Yeah. And you're going to attract the wrong type of woman if you're leading with your wallet.
Yeah.
That's also like...
Mostly gold diggers,
Absolutely.
scammers, things
Yes.
like that.
Women that are looking to use you, manipulate you, you know? So yeah, you can't be leading with that because it's not going to get you anywhere.
And out of the men that have dated you, Yasmin, how many of them lead with those boyfriend vibes, just try to impress you out of nowhere? Is there a good majority? You know, give me an estimate of a percentage. Is it 50-50?
Well, funny enough, my exes didn't lead with that, which is why it led to a relationship.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and they were long-term relationships for that reason, because they were very authentic.
Right.
So, yeah.
So guys out there have to go into dates, keep it real, and don't overly do it, because when you do, that's when you bite yourself in the ass.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And don't idealize a relationship. Don't bring up any type of relationship talk with a woman, please, for the love of God. Do not ask a woman this question. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? The first date. You're out on a date with her.
How dare you?
Who the fuck asks a girl that question?
Having your babies.
How many children do you want? Oh, what are you looking for? Like, these are questions that women ask men. Why are you asking her these beta male feminine questions? And then you guys wonder why a woman feels no connection or why she ghosts you and she doesn't want a second date. Don't ask her. I'll give you an example. This one girl told me how she was out on a date with a guy, good looking, had money, tall, 6-pack abs, everything you could imagine for an attractive guy to have. And she asked him the question, what are you looking for? He responded with, I'll take whatever I can get.
Oh, God.
Do you know how quickly her vagina dried up after that? It sealed shut like a Barbie doll. It was just a little cleft there, but no opening. Like, it was closed shut. It was over from that moment on. Like, do you know how sad and pathetic that sounds? Whatever I can get.
That's terrible.
Yeah, you just don't
No
give
confidence.
up.
No confidence.
No confidence.
Neediness. It's just needy, like thirsty, needy. Like you haven't been out with a girl in 50 years or, you know.
I can't think of a worse answer, actually.
It's like you're indirectly begging for her approval.
Yes.
And, you know,
Like,
you might as well.
choose me, pick me.
Yeah,
you
pick
know?
me,
Like,
pick
yeah.
me. You might as well just get on your knees and just beg her, please date me, please. That's probably better than what you would, you know, do. Just saying, oh, it is what it is, whatever.
Now, if a girl asks you, so what are you looking for? There are certain ways to answer that question, because a lot of women will ask you that when you match with them on dating apps or when you're out on the first date with them. This is what I like to say, and I'm always being authentic and honest. I'm just here to have fun, to enjoy the moment, to meet new people. I have no expectations. If nothing happens, nothing happens.
Yeah, I love that. I think
Keep it short and sweet.
I was gonna say, I think it's in general, it's attractive when people are not attached to outcomes, and they're like, you know, just allowing things to unfold organically.
I mean, the thing is that they make it so transactional that it's just kind of robotic.
Right.
It's like a job interview on both ends. And that's what has to stop if both men and women want a truly real, authentic type of relationship. You know,
Right.
not leading with money. Now, speaking of that, going back to that for a second, do men actually need money to get a woman? Because, again, we're saying don't lead with your wallet, but eventually, of course, you're going to have to spend a little bit. Or maybe not. What are your takes on that?
So beta males lead with their wallet. Beta males lead with their wallet because it goes back to them having no confidence.
Yeah.
Them having no
Game.
they don't have anything else to offer a woman. They know that. It's insecurities. So they feel like they have to buy women, impress women. Alphas attract women by leading with their mind. They know how to get inside of a woman's mind. Because if you can captivate a woman's mind, her heart and body will follow. So you guys have to understand that. But you don't need money to get women. I never in my life needed money to get women. I still don't need money to get women. Because a lot of guys will comment on my videos, all you need is money. Women just like money. I already know these guys get no vagina. I know you guys get no vagina who say that you need money to get women, because if you actually got women, you would understand that you don't need money to get women. It's that fucking simple.
It goes full circle.
It's that simple. Because that tells me that you're either paying women for the vajuju, you're paying women to get laid, you're tricking, you're paying women for their time, or you're not even playing the game at all. That's what that tells me.
There's no actual attraction there at all in that type of a scenario
No.
where the guy's paying or bragging or showing her how much money he has. There's no genuine attraction there. And that type of behavior attracts gold digging type of women. And yeah, they'll spend time with you because you're wasting the money, but there's no actual attraction there. She doesn't even like you.
How about for the guys that are giving up, Yasmin? What do you think? Are there guys that they should give up, or should they try? Because to me, giving up would mean that they're not going to get anything ever at all if they don't even try.
Right. You mean like giving up?
As far as trying to date a woman, and should they just
like getting signals from her, like she's not interested, or
right? Like guys tend to want to give up when they get a lot of no's, no,
right? Yeah,
but
the thrill of the chase for a man, though, isn't that?
Yeah,
well, it gets to a point where if a woman's like showing you like this is not, I'm not attracted to you at all.
Well, just in general, like MGTOW, right? Men going their own way. Should men have that mindset or delete that mindset and just keep trying no matter what?
Yes. I think we talked about that in the last episode where men who have that mindset, it's like, how is that helping? You know what I mean? How is that helping you? You're not working. You're not going forward. You're going backwards. You're not progressing, right? So, yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with red pill either, because you're not like, what is the point of that? You know what I mean? Like, if you find a woman that you find to be attractive and you work on yourself as a man and you work on like your character and those inner qualities, you work on your game. You'll get those women,
right?
So yeah, I don't agree with that.
And that's
go
what
their own way and red pill.
Yeah, and that's what Czar says. You have to have game. You have to have game and not lead with your wallet.
Work on it. Yeah, just work on it. It's like it's possible to have that. It doesn't matter, right? Like you're not born with that. You can cultivate that.
Yeah, I think just there's some guys that are trying too much, and there's guys that are trying too little or not at all. And either way, it's incorrect. You have to find the middle ground. That's
Read The Art of Seduction.
That's a great book, by the way, by
it is.
Robert
It really
Greene.
is.
Art of
Yeah.
Seduction. And I don't believe in giving up. I believe in temporary defeats. You get defeated, but you get back on your feet. You turn that pain into purpose. But what happens is most of these dorks that go MGTOW or men going their own way, or they want to give up, they want to be single for the rest of their lives, not talk to any women. These guys listen to these other bullshit podcasts, these red pill podcasts, where they just reinforce their fears that they already have of women, their bitterness that they have of women, where they go, oh my God, you see, I knew it. I knew women are bad. I knew women are this. Oh, I knew.
Right.
That's why my ex-girlfriend did that. And they just want to give up.
Right.
They just want to fucking give up.
The excuse to give up.
It's all excuses.
Yeah.
It all just reinforces their excuses to not go approach women, not attract women, not date single mothers, not date anyone. Period. But they can hate on single mothers.
Yeah.
But they don't date anyone, period. Not even single mothers.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are they complaining about?
Yeah.
It's more complaining than any type of action whatsoever.
There's
Because-
nothing masculine about giving up in general, whether it's dating. You could apply MGTOW to anything else. Oh my God, work is
Totally.
hard. I'm just going to give up. This is, life's unfair. It's not a masculine mindset
It's
to
a
just give
victim
up.
mentality.
Yeah, I never was a fan of that.
Which is so unattractive.
Yeah.
To me, it's so unattractive, especially in a man, a victim. Like, no.
And then to openly talk about it, like,
Yeah,
oh, we're just
like,
giving
get
up.
back up.
It's not.
Get
It's not
back
in our
up, you know?
favor. No.
Right.
What do guys think that a woman is going to come and knock on your door and ask you out for a date? It's not going to
They
happen.
think she's going to fall through their roof and land on their fucking lap. Like, this
Yeah.
is how guys think. But it's masculine energy to go out and get what you want. If I see a girl I like, I'm going to approach her. I'm going to go talk to her. If I get rejected, fuck it. I get rejected.
Right.
What do I care? But the reason why I keep getting rejected, it's because I do so many approaches. And guys don't seem to get that. You're going to miss some of the shots that you take in life. But if you don't take any shots, like most of these MGTOW guys, you're never going to be successful with women. How do you have a fear of women, number one? How is it that bad to the point where you're doing MGTOW and men going their own way? Because when they watch these YouTube videos of this red pill content, it feeds their ego.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
It feeds their fear that they already have.
Their hatred.
And those YouTubers are the ones that are profiting because they know how to get views. That's why they post those videos. Oh, why you should stay single forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
ridiculous.
why women are this. Oh, why you should never get in a relationship.
Right.
And it just has massive viewership because these same podcasters know that there's goofballs out there that are going to watch this video,
Yeah.
and there's going to be hundreds of them, and they're going to get paid for these viewerships.
They hook you in by telling you exactly what you want to hear. Mm-hmm. That's the trap. They tell
Right.
you exactly what you want to hear, and they know you're going to come back for more.
But they don't teach you any real game.
Yeah.
Most of these YouTubers, these red pill guys, they only teach you how to get attention.
Right.
That's all they fucking teach you. Looks maxing, all this other zesty gay shit that these dating gurus do. It's all for attention. But let me ask you guys a question. What the fuck is the point of getting attention if you don't know what to do with it?
Yeah, valid
Exactly.
point.
What
Valid
the
point.
fuck
Yeah.
is the point of
Right.
that?
Valid point.
If you're going to wear designer clothes, if you're going to walk a certain way, if you're going to work out and get fit, if you're going to have a certain hairstyle and get your hair cut every week,
Yeah.
and you're going to just sit there and wait for choosing signals, and you're going to get this attention from women, what the fuck is the point of that if you don't know what to do with it?
Right.
What the fuck is the point of that? That's why you need game.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why you have to learn how to attract women. I know how to get attention from women, but I also know what to do with that attention.
How to act on it. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's guys that have some game, that they have some way to communicate properly with women, they could pull it off. But
Yeah.
those that they do all these shenanigans
Right.
and then they try to impress women, they don't get anywhere because they don't know how to communicate with them. They don't know how to talk with them. Sometimes they don't know how to respect them properly. So there's all these things,
Right.
factors that men have to consider when they're trying to actually get a woman to be interested in them.
And with like red pill content, it's like misery loves company. It's like feminist too. Like it's two sides.
It's the
of
male
same
version of
coin.
feminism. Yeah, I agree with you.
I've always like seen it in that lens. I'm like, what is this? When I first came across red pill content, I'm like, what is this garbage? What, like, this is really toxic. Like, this is not good. It's separating people more and more, you know?
Right.
It's agenda too. Like, a lot of it is
Yeah.
like feminism.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't say that we're ourselves red pill, not even close to blue pill, but we just come on and we keep it real with the guys. And, you know, we have guys like Czar and, of course, Yasmin to let the guys and the gals know how it is, what to expect,
Right.
and how to act when they're dealing with one another.
Yeah.
More the guy to the woman, because the guy is the one that's approaching the woman for a date, for interest, for relationship interest.
Totally.
So
Totally.
talking about that a little bit more, how can men go about really locking it in, like locking it down whole? You know, some guys, they try all this shit and they don't get anywhere. There are guys that are able to get far but aren't able to lock it down fully with the woman. What do you say to those guys?
Well, I actually wanted to throw this in. So let's go back to the first date thing, right? To your point. So going back to what you were saying, what are some mistakes that guys make on that first date?
Over investing.
Over-investing. I don't believe
Yeah.
in dinner dates, the
I don't
first
either.
date.
I don't either.
And
Bingo.
Yasmin doesn't.
I don't either. Yeah.
Because obviously she has some type of logic inside of her brain, and she has experience with guys who didn't take her out to dinner the first date, and she still got in a relationship with them.
Right.
So what does that tell you?
Right.
What does that fucking tell you? I believe, and this is one of my czar laws, that you shall not take out a woman on a dinner date the first date unless she has earned it. How does a woman earn that dinner date? By sleeping with you. That's when it's okay to take her out to dinner, and you let her know maybe that week or you know, a couple days later, hey, listen, I really think you're cool. I want to take you out for dinner this weekend. That's when you take her out, because at least in the back of her mind, you don't tell her this. She feels as if she earned it. What do I keep telling you guys about basic fucking psychology? Humans do not value what isn't earned. And I sound like a broken record saying this. I really do, because guys still don't fucking get it. When you give the woman that dinner date after she slept with you, she feels like she earned it.
Right.
So she doesn't take it for granted.
Right.
If you take a woman out on a dinner date, the first date, you're dropping over $200, $300.
Insanity.
You don't even know this woman.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're going to see her again.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What is wrong? You're going to sit at a dinner across from a table from a girl who is, number one, this is another red flag. If you do go out to dinner, one of you losers out there who don't take my advice because you get no vagina, and a girl is stuffing her face with as much food as she can, you're not getting laid, bro. You're not fucking getting laid. Because when a woman wants to sleep with a man, she'll get something light. She's not going to eat a lot. Maybe she'll have a couple of drinks. She's not going to get cheese.
She's too excited.
She's not going to get pasta. She doesn't want to feel bloated after or embarrassed. So you guys can take women out on these dinner dates. Let her order everything on the menu. Fuck it. Let her bring one of her friends with her too. Spend money on both of them. But
That's
you
a
ain't going to
good
get
point.
laid.
That's a good point. That's actually a good point. And also, like, yeah, a woman, she's excited. You know what I mean? She's already thinking about what's going to happen. So she's like, I don't want to eat. Fuck.
She's not doing the unlimited breadsticks if she likes it.
Exactly.
Why do you think guys even take that approach to begin with? Is it because that's what women tell them to do? Do they believe that maybe if I show her a good time the first time, I'll impress her? Is that why?
Yeah, a lot of women do expect that, which is crazy. A lot of women, like, if he doesn't take me out on a dinner date, it's a no. I've seen female dating coaches. I saw a dating coach say that a few days ago. And I was just like, a lot of comments, like a lot of women commented, some women commented saying, I don't believe in this. I think we should do like a coffee date first, not a dinner date. And I also was like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I would never do that. Like, we're going on a coffee date or something light. You know what I mean? We're not spending like hundreds of dollars here.
Yeah.
Unless, again, there's something going on. There's a transaction happening, right? Like reciprocation. That's a different story. But yeah, a lot of women, they expect that. There's this entitlement. And they want the man to like spend all the money on them, and they're like, okay, well, I got what I wanted, you know. So,
But I don't even like the fact of sitting across the table from a girl on the date, especially the first date. That's why I always suggest you guys have a romantic evening at a tavern, a classy bar,
yeah,
anywhere where lights are dim. It's a romantic place.
you could be near each other.
It sets the vibe. When
Yeah.
you're sitting next to a girl,
Yeah.
you can grab her hand,
Right.
you can touch
Right,
her,
right, right.
you can grab her
Right.
leg,
Right.
her knee. You're building comfort doing that. How the fuck are you going to do that sitting across the table from a girl, eating dinner, and you wasting your money on
like
her?
this.
That's part of the game is
It's true.
Kino escalation.
True.
Yeah.
Touching a girl,
Right,
massaging her
right.
neck. You seem a little tense.
Ooh, yeah. I'm
Why
like-
is that? Am I making you nervous? I know I'm so attractive. You can't have the highest game possible when you take a woman out to dinner and she's sitting across the table from you. But guys fall for this because women will say, oh, I only do dinner dates the first date. And then some cuck falls into that trap, believing it, where you let a woman dictate where you guys are going on the first date. Then you wonder why women are winning and why you have no balls. Then you wonder why you have blue balls. Then you wonder why you have an empty wallet. Then you wonder why you find me on Instagram and you go from barnacle to diabolical. Because most of you guys are all fucking goofballs who don't listen to me. And you want to listen to the women instead. I don't care if the most beautiful girl in the world, and she was the last woman left on this fucking earth, and she said, I'll only go out with you if you take me out to dinner the first date. I would say no. Because I live by my code and my law. You're not God's gift to this world. You're not the prize. I'm not all these other beta male cucks that you manipulate who take you out on these dinner dates.
Damn.
This is huge. I hope you guys paid attention to that one because that was a
that
great
was
way to
a-
start the podcast.
I'm
right
not
there. What you
doing
just said
it.
there is like
I'm not
solves
fucking
90% of
doing
the
it.
problems men have.
But guys fall through the beta mind programming, through female dating coaches, and that sprinkle woman. Number one, any woman that listens to that sprinkle woman, I hope you enjoy the beta males that you will endlessly date and marry. Then you're going to ask where all the good guys went. Because guys like me, the masculine men, the players, the guys that have game, we don't fall for that bullshit. I'm just letting you ladies know. So that whole boss attitude that you dictating the first date, we don't fall for that bullshit. And the guys that follow me, they're not falling for that bullshit either. So you better get your shit together.
Yeah. And as a woman, why would you even want to dictate where, you know, what you're doing or where you're going? Like, the whole point of that is to surrender into, like, you know, the man. I see it that way. I don't know.
So you're saying to the ladies out there that they shouldn't act that way. They should act where let the guy lead and see where it goes from there.
Yeah. Give him a chance to step forward and see what happens, you know, like.
Yeah. And I think of course, as long as the woman allows, I think the physical touch along the way is great, because obviously slowly but surely to get to that point where you end up sleeping with her, because, you know, sometimes you can't just go from coffee or a dinner date when that eventually happens to sleeping with her right away.
Right.
You have to work up.
Depending on the woman, different comfort levels, you know, where she's at, how she sees sex and stuff, beliefs around that. But you can work your way up.
Yeah,
it's not impossible.
Subtly, you can work your way
smart
up.
About it.
Nice and easy, and eventually get to that point. So I think when a woman, if you want to, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but when men do that to women and they accept it, I'm thinking that that's women showing interest to the man.
Absolutely.
And giving him the green light to move forward.
Yes.
And there's a test that we teach you guys in the Players University. A woman does this with her body. It's a specific thing to look out for with her body language. I'm not going to reveal it here because you guys aren't going to get everything for free, because you guys don't deserve it. But that's why I tell you guys to sit side by side at a woman at a bar, because I get the kiss out of the way midway through the date. I don't even wait at the end of the night anymore, because when you get it out of the way in the middle of the date, you can touch her a little bit more. You can kiss her from time to time, and she's more likely to come back to your place where seduction can happen, because you already got the kiss out of the way and you've built her temperature up to a certain point where she's very hot. She's very horny now, and she's very wet. So even if you don't drink, because guys will say, what if you don't drink? Who gives a fuck? The whole point is sitting next to her at a bar. Grab an apple juice. Grab a fucking cranberry juice. Grab an appetizer, guys. You don't have to drink. And a lot of girls will say this. Oh, he just wants an easy lay. He just wants an easy girl. That's why he wants to take her out for drinks so he can get her drunk.
I hear that all the time.
Who the fuck needs to get a girl drunk to sleep with her?
That's
Not
terrible.
me.
That's terrible.
Not me. I don't go out to get drunk with the girl.
Right.
You don't have to drink and get drunk. You could have one or two drinks, but the whole point is that you're sitting next to her.
Yeah.
You can't do that having dinner with the girl.
Yeah.
You can't, for 2 fucking hours sitting there, 2.5 hours. What if you don't like this girl?
Right.
You're sitting face to face.
Yes,
It's very
exactly.
confrontational. You're forced to have this fake back and forth conversation.
Yeah,
it's not.
That's so
What if you don't
cringe.
like her?
That's so cringe.
Because with the drink date, 30 minutes, you don't like her. Oh, listen, I got to go. We can do this another time.
Yeah. There's less pressure too. I feel like
and
when
then
you're just having
and
drinks.
then you lost all that money.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like, wow.
It's like you're in an office meeting, just going back and forth on numbers.
It feels like a job interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a job interview. But when you're sitting side by side, every time I go out on a date and the girl thinks I'm going to sit across from her, I sit right next to her. Every
love
single
that.
time.
I love
And
that.
the waitress looks at me like I'm fucking weird. And I'm like, no, you're fucking weird. Because you don't understand how the game works. I don't want to sit across the table from a girl.
Yeah. Very true.
That's true. That is a very good point. And also, like, the kiss midpoint. That's interesting. Also.
Yeah, because you're
Not
avoiding that
waiting.
build up to the end of the date where it's awkward and you're walking her to the door or
And
whatever.
it's always awkward at
It's very
the end
awkward at
when
the
you
end.
don't know what you're
because
doing.
that
You're
pressure's built up. Both people feel that pressure to the end of the date.
Yeah.
Where you're standing there like.
and
if
she
you-
may or may not feel it.
Correct.
She may want it. She may not want it. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
If you get that kiss out of the way halfway through the day, the pressure drops.
That's a really good.
Yeah,
with,
very
with-
good
with
point.
this test, with these videos we
That's actually
teach you
good.
in the Players University with another dating coach, we have a specific sign that is foolproof. You can't miss it. Because if she doesn't want to kiss you midway through the date, what makes you think she's going to kiss you at the end of the night? So just think logically, guys. If you can't kiss her the middle of the date, what the fuck is the point waiting until the end of the night if you know she's not even attracted to you?
And if you think you can,
Stop the cap.
don't lie to yourself. Stop capping because it ain't happening. That's the way that's gonna work.
But another mistake guys make, before I forget, because I have so much shit on my mind, because beta males just piss me off, and guys that don't listen or take my advice.
Let them hear it.
You
Say it.
always invite a woman back where something romantic can happen. Always at the end of the night. Even if she says no, at least you threw it out there. That you're not going to end up in the friend zone. Sexual things will be happening, pumpkin
Eventually.
puss, just so you know.
Or else it's not. We're done here.
I ain't one of these beta males named Timmy who is going to keep paying for these dates where nothing sexual will happen. Because it sets the tone. It lets her know that you're a masculine dude, but you don't tell her, hey, I want you to come back so we can have sex and we can fuck.
No.
You don't say that to a girl. She needs to have plausible deniability.
Yeah.
So, what I like to do is mention my cat somewhere throughout the date, and I will tell a girl my cat is the one that tells me whether or not a girl is good or not.
Wow.
So you have to come over, and if my cat
Pass the
likes you,
test.
my cat likes you, you got to pass the test.
That's
Wow.
great.
Oh, of course he's going to like me. Every girl, of course he's going to like me.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to pass that test. Okay. Well, you can combine plausible deniability. Do I give a fuck about my cat liking her or not?
But it's fun too. It's like
It's
a fun
fun, too.
little.
I
Yeah, it's
don't care.
playful.
And it
Playful.
gives her an
I don't care about the
You
cat.
have to be playful with women. You just do.
You have to. And
You
it
have
gives her an indirect incentive to want to come over to your
Absolutely.
place.
And women get turned on by imagination. That's another thing. So you can't, as a man, you cannot be direct, like Zara said. Like you cannot just say, "Hey, I want to have sex with you." You know, we're having sex tonight. Be seductive in that. You know, like use seductive language. You know, like the tone of voice, convey desire without being so direct with a woman because we get turned on by imagination.
100%. And Yasmin, in those type of dates, those first dates, do women put men in friend zones right away? Is that possible for if they screw up, like Zara said, and do stupid BS?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, before, just hold that thought before I forget this.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because psychologically, here's another cool fact for you guys that don't fucking deserve it once again. So, anytime you ask for a girl's number or you invite her back to your place, you have to have a reason. You have to add the because right after. They're 70% more likely to give you their phone number or come over if you have a reason after.
Opposed to just like, hey, do you want to come back to my place?
Yes. You have to say, do you want to come back to my place because I want you to meet my cat? Because I want to have a glass of wine with you. Because there's this awesome movie that I want to watch with you. I want your number because I want to take us out for a drink. When you add a reason, and they did this study with people waiting in line, they did a study where they would have individuals go in. There would be one group of people that would say, hey, can I cut you in line? Can I get in front of you? With no reason. They always got shut down.
Yep.
No, you can't cut me. Compared to the people that would go up to them and say, hey, do you mind if I get in front of you because I'm in a hurry, I'm in a rush, because I'm going to be late for work? They're 70% more likely to let you cut in front of the line.
Yeah, some people will be like, yes, of course. Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, it completely changes the condition of the action, right? It's like there's less pressure. There's
Psychology.
It's all psychology. That's pure psychology right there.
absolutely.
It's psychology and not leading
I'm only
with...
coming to your house to meet your cat. I'm only coming to your house because we're gonna watch that movie. It
Yeah.
takes away that pressure.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And women don't like pressure.
No.
They don't like pressure.
Plus, if you just say we want to come back to my place, it sends a certain signal, right? Like for what?
Exactly.
Right.
It's not also saying that, hey, come back to my place because I have a nice Lambo in the parking lot of my nice
I want you to
luxury
check out
condo.
my stereo. I want you to check out my stamp collection. Anything. But it doesn't matter because you still have a reason in there.
Yeah.
Because I want you to meet my cat Fluffy. It doesn't mean because you could even say because I want to spend more time with you.
Boom, another good
Oh,
one.
Yeah.
that's a good one.
That's great.
Example
I
of
like
verbal
It's
Building
great.
attraction.
And if you get to know her love language, then that also gives you leverage, you know, because if you say that and she likes quality time, bingo.
And those are
Yeah.
things that you don't need money for.
So if you know, if you get to that point of talking about love languages and whatever,
Yeah,
but
exactly. But
leverage.
going back to the friend zone, woman meets a guy, they have their date. He's not initiating anything. He's not touching. She's expecting that, right? She's expecting that physical touch, those funny compliments, or those funny
playful humor and all
yeah,
that.
being funny, the jokes, just playing with the mind, as Zar mentioned before.
Yes.
He doesn't do any of that, or does a little bit of it. What should women do in that case if he's not reaching where
Friend zone.
Yeah. So pretty much you hear from a lady right here,
Yeah.
guys. You're gonna get friend
You're
zoned
gonna
if
get immediately. Like,
I think
Yeah.
friend zone is a direct result of building comfort with no attraction whatsoever. You
sure.
spend time together, you hang out, you have conversations, and you just build that friendly relationship.
Yeah.
There's no attraction, there's no escalation. Like you said,
Right.
kissing her at mid-date,
Yeah.
and you just spend that, you build that comfort, and boom, friend zone.
There's
That's-
no sexual tension, no sexual chemistry, and women don't feel a connection.
Yeah.
That's why they'll always say, "I just didn't feel anything with you," or "there
was
was
nothing
there,
there."
there was nothing there." That's what they mean.
that was nothing there. That one I hear a lot.
Yeah.
I hear that from my friends.
I've never
There's
heard
nothing there.
that.
There's
I've
nothing
never,
there. Yeah.
I've never heard that before personally. Yasmin, you might be the first woman.
Zar's not a beta barnacle, so he's never.
I
he's
swear,
never
I don't think a woman has ever texted me that ever. Because you have to know how to build a connection with a woman. It's not hard. It's not difficult if you
not
know what
hard?
you're doing with
No.
everything we're teaching.
Thought it was.
What?
I thought it was hard.
Building a connection for you, yeah. Not for every other woman. I want to make you work for it. Yasmin.
Oh my
Well, how about
game.
There we
So
go.
you know.
He's pulling game. He's teaching you guys.
That's it. Well, how about those guys that need to work hard for it to just escape the friend zone? Is it even possible for a man to escape the friend zone?
I always say there's like two zones. There's the brother zone and there's the friend zone. If
Oh,
you're in the
shit.
brother zone, forget it. Like, oh, he's just a brother to me. That's like you're not getting out of that. Friend, you can. I think you can redeem yourself.
Is there a specific way or a general way that men can,
Yeah.
what cheat code can you
Yeah.
give men for escaping the friend zone?
Not giving her so much validation. Like giving it to her, like breadcrumbing some validation, and then letting her be the one to come towards you.
Yeah, saying that she's beautiful or her dress
Good
looks
morning,
good.
beautiful. Good night, gorgeous. Like all these things. It's like, stop that. Stop
Yeah.
it. Because that's repelling. And especially if it's way too much, it's like, that's repelling.
Is this also sometimes what you see from the women that you coach as well?
Yes, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
So that's something that they want to avoid from those guys, is those guys that do that. They avoid them as far as being romantic partners, not, oh, they're my friend, but
Right.
the guy is never going to see almost never going to see the woman as a friend unless
Yeah.
he's really, guys out there, some guys are nuts that they may consider a woman a friend, but no guy out there.
That's a good topic too. Friends, male friends, female friends.
Yeah, no guy out there is really considering a woman a friend. He's looking for an eventual romantic
Yeah,
connection
he's
to
playing
happen.
The long game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Men play the long game, like, yeah.
What do you-
I think all women know that. We just didn't, we like to deny it. We like to say, but he's my friend,
There's a reason why men are always friends with attractive women. They're never friends with like a 300-pound woman or like somebody that's unattractive. You'll never see that.
Or my stalker from the gym. You
was-
Oh,
saw.
sorry for
Yeah.
the gym.
No one's
That was-
ever, no
you showed
one's
us a
ever
picture.
friends. I haven't seen her with any guy
No.
friends.
She's not your buddy.
No, it's amazing how it's always the beautiful girls that have guy friends.
Absolutely.
Always. So
Bunch of them.
those guys are the biggest snakes in disguise ever. That pretend like these girls are just their friends. When we all know what you're trying to do or what you can't do, but you're waiting for your opportunity. Because you're not going to be friends with a girl that has Asperger's or who is slightly on the spectrum.
That's just the truth.
It's the truth. Yeah, I don't see any guy who's friends with a woman who's handicapped
Nope.
or
true.
who was a burn victim.
Nope.
But you see the hot woman and she's got a bunch of guy friends.
Yep.
Because this is how it works. The more guy friends that a woman has, this is game for you guys right now. The more guy friends that a woman can have, the higher her status amongst other women. That's how it is.
And that's competition because
That's how it is.
Women are in competition with one another. They want to up one another.
Yeah.
You know, if one woman has a kid with a new husband, the other woman wants to have twins. You know, they want to have 2 kids, 3 kids.
But the more women that a guy can attract, the more women that a guy how can I say this? So if a girl shows her status with other women by having a bunch of guy friends, the more women that want a guy, it's similar to that situation. The more attractive he is, the more status he has.
Yes.
Okay, but with women, it's reversed. That's why they have all these guy friends. They're showing off their status and competition amongst other women. Look how desirable I am.
Yeah.
That these guys are willing to be in the friend zone with me.
Yeah, true.
Tolerate all this bullshit.
True.
Give me
Very
free
true.
validation and attention. It's exact, but it's competition with the other women.
Yeah. This reminds me of what's his name? Pete Davidson, and like all the women that he's dated. I think he's repulsive. Okay, he's not attractive, but but he's high status because of the women he's dated.
Prime example.
Right? Like and all the women want
Kim
him.
K.
Yeah, and all the women want him because he like must have something amazing. If he's
I'll
dating.
beg to differ because
Tell me.
he can't keep a woman if his life depended on it.
Well, yeah.
He can't keep a woman, so they just use him as a Band-Aid, as a quick fix.
So he's a beta male.
Entertainment, that goofy. He's worse. He's that
He's
dancing monkey. He's the dancing monkey that makes these women laugh, but there's no masculine aura behind it.
No.
There's no charm or
he's not
charisma
attractive
behind
at
it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that empty Kevin Hart dancing monkey entertainment type.
Very bland.
Temporary
Temporary fix.
placement boyfriend. Type
That's
of thing.
why Kim Kardashian was with him.
Placeholder.
Temporary fix placeholder. But guys like that, if he wasn't famous, if he wasn't rich, that dude would get no women. I'm telling you right now. And
course.
Kevin Hart, that guy would get no women
Yep.
because women don't like goofy. They don't like goofy dudes.
They like funny, sexy.
It's
Yeah.
cocky,
Playful.
funny, playful, charming, masculine.
Yes.
But if you're just that goofy dude,
No.
like Donald Duck laughing, that's another thing guys do is they act goofy on dates. Like, oh, look at me. Isn't that funny? Like telling jokes, trying to seek her approval and validation. Like that's not, girls don't want that.
No.
They don't, like if you're a comedian and you don't have masculine energy to back that up, you're just a dork. That's all you are, a placeholder.
Donald Duck.
Like Donald Duck. Like Donald fucking Duck.
I'm stuck on that. That's it. Like it's just.
That's my new one.
Brings me back to when I was in kindergarten. God damn.
That's my.
met
and
Donald Duck?
Someone
No,
said
when I
that
used to-
goofy.
when I used to watch it on TV.
Someone commented that goofy gets the girl though. I mean,
Goofy?
class
No, I don't think so.
clowns.
I don't think so.
They
I don't think so.
temporarily,
I don't think so.
temporarily, maybe sometimes
She'll give
they'll
you
still have
attention,
success.
maybe. Yeah.
But long term, you ain't keeping no girl.
Making her laugh? Yes.
Yeah.
Only being funny? No. No. Only being the goofy Donald Duck?
But
No.
being playful will get her.
Being playful funny, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're dropping some gems here. Czar's dropping some gems. Yasmin too. Guys, real quick, subscribe to the channel. Get us to 2,000 subscribers. Get us up there. We have Czar here coming out for you. Yasmin here coming out for you. Why don't you guys also drop where they can find you? Ladies first.
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram. It's at Yasmin Elzomor, and I have a podcast. It's called Humanity Feels as well. So you guys can check that out. It's all things like everything that makes us human. We talk about personal development, spirituality, a little bit of everything, variety.
Where's that podcast? On YouTube or on
It is
Spotify?
on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And my website, yasminelzomor.com, if you guys want to work with me and check out my work.
Beautiful, beautiful. And the awesome Czar of Dating.
Guys, support these people, the podcast guys. They work very hard to give you this content and also interviewing people that give you some type of value and knowledge. And also follow Yasmin and support her, my future ex-wife, of course. So you guys can follow me on Instagram, Czar of Dating, CZAR of Dating. That's the name for all my channels. And on Spotify, Apple Music, we have our own podcast called the Full Armor of Game Dating Podcast. You guys have heard of Ephesians 6:11, put on the full armor of God. So we have a podcast called put on the full armor of game to help you barnacles out there so you guys can protect yourself against feminism, predatory women, where we teach you real game, real certified G game. We also have the Players University, me and another dating coach, the Texting Prince, who is a master at the texting game and the dating app game. So you guys can join the Players University. You don't have to pay monthly payments whatsoever. It's a one-time payment. You are in for life. You get all of our courses included. That's over a $2,000 value included for free. You have coaching every month, Q&A with me and the Texting Prince. You ask your questions. You also get to give us podcast ideas. So if you have good situations you're going through that you want us to tackle on a live podcast, or you have some good topics we haven't talked about yet, let us know. And you guys get first dibs. So follow, support.
That's
Nice.
it. Follow,
That was great.
support Czar of Dating, Yasmin,
Beautiful.
and of course the podcast guys. And you may not realize this until you watch this, but after our show, we may go live, but it's going to be way a while ago that this happened. So, because this is currently pre-recorded. So, thank you both again for being here.
Of course.
And let's continue.
Yeah, so I have a topic that I wanted to get into. What women say they want versus what they actually want. And I think we know there's a big difference there, because we were talking about this earlier. Prime example. I want a guy to spend money on me. I want a guy to spoil me. Women talk about this. They post it on their social media, but there's a huge difference in what they actually want. They won't tell you what they actually want. You want to get a little bit into that? And I want both of your takes on this. What women say they want versus what they actually want.
Great question.
So this is why I hate, no offense to you, Yasmin, because I respect you.
Thank you.
And I think you're one of the best. But
Thank you.
I can't stand female dating coaches when it comes to giving men advice, unless
Yeah.
if you're Yasmin, of course. And I'm not trying to glaze her right now. I truly mean that. That's why she's on this.
He's got me blushing and everything.
That's why she's on this podcast. But
Next to the czar.
the king, your king, your future king.
Oh, I see some tension over here.
We'll save that for later. I'm gonna have to charge you every time you touch these muscles. By the way, Yasmin, it's gonna be. We're gonna start at $50. We're gonna start at $50 per touch. If you guys think we should raise the price for Yasmin, please let us know in the comments. Now,
Back to business.
what women say they want. You don't listen to female dating coaches. Never in my life. I want you guys to go back to a time. Think about a time. Use that brain of yours that you guys haven't used since you were fucking born in this society. So go back in a time and tell me when advice from a woman has ever worked regarding dating or relationships. Just go back. Tell me. Because there isn't one time, not one fucking time, that advice from a girl has ever been beneficial for me or productive. It has been the worst advice known to man, because women are all about emotions. They're in the moment. So when you ask them logical questions, they can't give you the honest answer. So women will give you 50% truths mixed in with 50% lies. That's how women communicate when it comes to giving you dating advice and saying what they want. Because they don't know what they want, but it's a feeling that they go through.
Yeah.
Especially when you're out on that first date.
Yeah. Yep.
The movie recording has been stopped. We'll wait for him.
We can keep going. We have the.
Oh, we can? Okay. So, let's say if a woman says she wants the nice guy. Right? A lot of guys will sit there and they'll listen to it and they'll think, oh, but women say they want the nice guy. How come she didn't find me attractive? I'm being nice and I'm doing all these beta things that she wanted me to do, because you're a beta male. So what they mean by that when they say they want the nice guy, in a woman's mind, they already picture that guy having masculine alpha traits first. Okay. So they'll picture that guy as a fantasy in their mind, like their perfect guy that they find attractive, and then him being nice. But you give that advice to the average creepy beta male, it's not going to work. It won't work because he doesn't have that foundation, that those masculine alpha traits.
So it's being nice depending on whether you're alpha or not. So being nice works when you're an alpha, you have that
And you're masculine, yes.
Masculine frame,
Yes.
you're going about things a manly way, not like a little puss, like a beta
puss.
barnacle.
Beta
yeah.
male.
Beta male barnacle.
BMB for short. Naked mole rat. That's gonna be the
BMB.
next one. A naked mole rat.
Donald Duck.
The Donald Duck, the goofy guy. You can't, if that guy's nice to women and he's being a gentleman, doing all the, it's not gonna work. It won't work because she's not even attracted to you to begin with.